been researching Bitcoin since 2014. Actually, before that, I started in 2011 at another firm. But since we founded ARK, 2014, we wrote our first blog in 2014. We did, so ARK knows Bitcoin. We did our first white paper with Art Laffer in 2015. We were the first public asset manager to gain exposure to Bitcoin when it was only $250 in September of 2015. We did the white paper called Bitcoin, ringing the bell for a new asset class in collaboration with Coinbase. So I don't think anyone beats us when it comes to research, knowledge, and understanding.
The IMF predicts a global technological revolution that will enhance productivity, GDP, and incomes. This long-awaited transformation is already happening so fast that it's hard to keep up. Fortunately, prominent hedge fund manager Cathie Wood believes she can prepare investors for tremendous possibilities. Cathie's asset management firm ARK Invest found that 5 innovation platforms are collaborating to build new growth avenues for all of them. Clever computers, Bitcoin, robotics, genomic sequencing, energy storage. Cathie believes these disruptive innovation platforms might increase 40% annually throughout current economic cycle. ARK also predicts that these platforms' market value would expand from $13 trillion in 2012 to over $200 trillion by 2030, offering tremendous opportunities for everyone, especially early investors. Cathie believes AI and blockchain will transform how people live, work, trade, and plan for the future. This is why Cathie expects Bitcoin and Ethereum prices to skyrocket. She told Thinking Crypto that Bitcoin will be worth $1.5 million and Ethereum around $200,000 by 2030. Cathie discussed the ARK21 shares Bitcoin ETF and how her company's investor offerings vary from competitors in the discussion. She also discussed the imminent technological and industrial transformation and how investors might profit greatly. As we present interview snippets, please like the video, subscribe to the channel, and enable notifications. Click the bell for more similar movies. Thanks and enjoy the video.
Of Bitcoin. That's very comforting for advisors and individuals. There are 2 other things that we think are very important and will be especially so for the wirehouses, the Morgan Stanleys, the Bank of America, Merrill Lynch's, the UBS's, the Wells Fargo. And that is, we have partnered with 21 shares, which over the last 5 years has evolved the infrastructure and operations through booms and busts, through forks and airdrops and halvings, and they have battle-tested this infrastructure. I don't think anyone else can say that. And then the third variable is, and again, especially for advisors at these wirehouses, they do not have, a deep understanding of Bitcoin, understandably. We are going to be there to support them. We have a sales team that had to start talking about Bitcoin. And I remember a few of them just telling us recently, we didn't even know what Bitcoin was when we were interviewing for the job. And then guess what? They got the job, so they had to learn what Bitcoin was, develop conviction, and hold hands through volatility. And then, of course, the last is we're treating this, and we do believe that Bitcoin is a public good. It is the financial superhighway of the internet, and we have priced it accordingly. We want to make sure that everyone has access because we think it is a very big idea.
Yesterday, the sharp drop in Bitcoin prices was caused by people selling their coins. However, prices now seem to be settling, and one coin is worth $4,225, which is more than $40,000 as of press time. Bitcoin is up 4.68% from Tuesday's low of $38,500. This is an increase in the last 24 hours. While more volatility is expected over the next few days, experts are sure that things will settle down soon as more investors get in. Some well-known analysts think that the amount of money flowing into the recently approved spot Bitcoin ETFs is still pretty low compared to what's to come. These analysts think that the discussions that happen behind closed doors and over golf rounds are still going on, and they should start to bear fruit in the next few weeks. In her interview with Tony Edward, Cathie also talks about the coming industrial revolution and the huge role that crypto assets like Bitcoin will play in it. She says that the next technological revolution will be like the Industrial Revolution that began in the late 1800s, but everyone will benefit more.
Heard of it was in 2010, I think, 2010, 2000 into 11. So Brett Winton, who's our chief futurist now, he and I were working at AllianceBernstein. And every Friday, as we do today at ARK, every Friday we did a brainstorm. And analysts could come in with the most interesting or provocative or controversial ideas that they've learned in the last week in their respective technology space, or the biggest breakthrough in their own research. And so Brett, who was an analyst at the time, he's now our chief futurist, he came in and started talking about Bitcoin. Now, Brett at the time was very shy. And so for him to, step out and talk about something that seemed like it was from outer space was in and of itself interesting. And then he and all of us became very focused on it. When we started ARK, we started with 5 major innovation platforms. Four major innovation platforms: robotics, energy storage, DNA sequencing, and there's one other one, next generation internet. And then as we were doing more research on Bitcoin, and on artificial intelligence, and the breakthroughs, deep learning, we said, wait a minute, it's not just next generation internet. There are 2 platforms here. One is artificial intelligence. The other one is blockchain technology. And then Chris Berniski, I don't know if you know.
Yeah.
Yes, Chris. He was our first crypto analyst, first next gen internet analyst. Fell down the Bitcoin rabbit hole, and we haven't pulled him out since. He's just gone all crypto. And so he wrote a book. We all became obsessed with, wow, this is a new asset class. This is a new monetary system. This is the layer of the internet that developers did not develop in the early days, in the early 90s, when the internet was evolving, because no one knew it would be used for commerce or financial services at all. And in fact, not too many years before that, in the 80s, it was illegal for consumers to use the internet. It was just for national intelligence and so forth. So to help people understand, wait a minute, this is the currency that's native to the internet. We can get rid of all of these middlemen and toll takers who are there really to minimize risk. This is more peer-to-peer. So just take out those middlemen and minimize the risk, including counterparty risk. We have not seen this many general purpose technology platforms, innovation platforms, evolve since that period of time. And you're right, the 3 major ones back then, telephone, electricity, internal combustion engine / automobiles. Those were 3 platforms. Today we have 5, and 14 different technologies are involved in them. So there are subsets of technologies. And so what we believe we're moving into is a period of super exponential growth. So if you look at the period from the early 1900s to today, the average growth rate of the global economy, real GDP, including China, has been 3% on average. Now, if you go back and you look at past periods of technological breakthroughs, the steam engine and so forth, each time growth rates in the global economy jumped. I think we got from 0.6% to 3%. That was the jump to get us to that 3% for the last 100 and some odd years. If we're right, these 5 platforms will create a boom in productivity, magnificent wealth generation opportunities, and could take GDP growth up to 6, 7, 8%. Nobody believes that now. They think we're crazy when we say it, but we are putting the building blocks together, of these platforms now that they are moving into prime time, each one having their own S-curve. So AI and Bitcoin, we did a Bitcoin brainstorm. It was our second Bitcoin brainstorm with, I don't know if you know Rod at Bitcoin Park in Nashville, Tennessee. And it was the convergence of Bitcoin and artificial intelligence. Because of convergences like that, we think that these S-curves are feeding each other and will get us to those growth rates.
In other news, Crypto.com, a platform for trading crypto, has released its yearly crypto market sizing report, which shows that the number of crypto owners around the world has grown significantly despite many major challenges. The number of people who owned cryptocurrencies around the world rose by 34% in 2023, from 432 million in January to 580 million in December. 33% more people owned Bitcoin in December than in January, when 222 million did. In December, 124 million people owned Ethereum, up 39% from 89 million in January. In the study, Bitcoin owners make up 51% of all crypto owners, while Ethereum owners make up 21%. The study goes on to talk about the factors that led to more people using Bitcoin in 2023. It says that the main thing that made more people use Bitcoin was the creation of Bitcoin exchange-traded funds and the Bitcoin Ordinal Protocol, which let non-fungible tokens, NFTs, and fungible tokens be made on the Bitcoin network. Strong interest from institutional investors also helped Bitcoin become more popular for Ethereum. The report, according to the study, the main reason for the rise in Ethereum adoption was liquid staking after Ethereum's Shanghai upgrade, which let users withdraw staked Ethereum after the switch to the proof-of-stake blockchain. In 2023, crypto asset prices were hit hard by a number of economic headwinds, but the industry still gained 148 million new users. What do you think will happen in 2024? Do you think we'll finally reach 1 billion users? Please leave your answers and comments on Cathie's interview below. Also, make sure you like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on post notifications to see more videos like this.